Good afternoon, students. We are again going to study about the physical feature of India. This will be the last two, that is the coastal areas and the island groups. So previously we were studying about the Himalayan region, the northern plains, the Great Indian Desert, the Peninsular Plateau. We studied the differences between the two, that is the Himalayas and the Peninsula, and then eastern coastal plains and western coastal plains. Here you can see the two clearly. The coastal areas right from Gujarat onwards is following in this pattern, moving south and again towards the east and north direction up till West Bengal. This is the part of Bangladesh. So here this is the coastal, so Arabian, we can call it as Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal. You can see clearly out here, these coastal plains are divided into two parts, the Konkan coast and the Malabar coast. And on this side, it is Coromandel coast. So this is in the west direction, this is in the east direction. So western coastal plains are divided into two, the Konkan coast and the Malabar coast. And eastern coast is divided single Coromandel coast. So here the coastal plains, it says the Peninsular Plateau is flanked by a strip of narrow coastal strip running along the Arabian Sea on the west and the Bay of Bengal on the east. So in the first chapter, India in size, we had already studied about the length. It is 15,000 kilometers from Gujarat, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal. Gujarat has the longest coastline. Gujarat has the longest coastline, although it looks very small, but when you measure it, it has the longest coastline. The others look straight and long, but are short in distance. The western coast, sandwiched. Western coast is sandwiched, means it is between two things, that is the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. So you can have a look. This light yellowish color between the dark brown lines and the light blue color, sandwich between the two, is known as the coastal areas. Which one? Western coast. And on this direction, on the east side, it is this yellowish, light yellowish color is known as the eastern coast. It is a narrow plain. The distance between the Arabian coast and Western Ghats is less. It consists of 3 sections. We can say that the coastal region, the coastal plains, consist of 3 regions. So first it says that the northern part of the western coast is called the Konkan coast. Konkan. It is an area of Mumbai to Goa. Then we have the southern part, the central part, the central stretch is called the Kannad plains, and while the southern stretch is referred to as the Malabar coast. So the western coastal plain is divided into 3. The northern part, then the central part, and the southern part. That is Konkan, Kannad and Malabar coast. The plains along the Bay of Bengal are wide and level. As we have already studied in our previous class about the differences, the Western Ghats are higher, the Eastern Ghats are low in range. Therefore, the distance between the coastal plain, between the Arabian coast and Western Ghats is less, and when you see the coastal plains of Eastern Ghats, and the distance between the East Bay of Bengal and Eastern Ghats is more. It is flat area. It makes deltas. It has low level. Now, we have already in the northern part, we are talking about the eastern coastal plains. In the northern part, when you talk about like West Bengal, Odisha, in this area, it is referred to as the northern Kirkas. So again we can say that the eastern coastal plains are also divided into two, while the south or the southern part is known as the Coromandel coast. So here we are able to see that the Indian coastal plain is divided into 3 and 2, altogether 5. You can say that 5 divisions. The Kannada, Konkan coast, Kannada coast, Malabar coast, Coromandel coast, and northern Kirkas. In the Western Ghats or in the Western coastal plain, we have less rivers, but when you talk about the Eastern coastal plains, we have large rivers such as the Mahanadi, the Godavari, the Krishna, and the Kaveri, which have formed extensive delta. on the coast, that is the eastern coast of India. You have already learned in your previous classes about the world's largest delta, that is Sundarbans. They are found in West Bengal and Bangladesh coast, where two rivers, that is the Ganga and the Brahmaputra, when they join their water, the huge quantity of water spreads to hundreds of kilometers to form this delta. On the same lake, on the same side of eastern coastal plains, there's a lake Chilka. The Lake Chilka, and it is this part. This is known as the Lake Chilka. Is an important feature along the eastern coast of India. This is a lake. When there is a high tide, water flows into the Lake Chilka from Bay of Bengal. It is a lower depression. So when the tides lower down, excess water stays on this side only. In this same way, we have some lagoons on the western coastal regions, where you have seen a lot of boat races in Kerala, Karnataka region, when they have some festivals, Pongal, Onam, they celebrate by having boat race. So this is about the coastal plains of India.